Kuzampola. Namaste, good morning to all respected online viewers. Long live their majesties, long live our leaders, and long live our friendship. Welcome to this online Ayurveda and Yoga workshops, Embassy of India, Thimpu, ICCR's Nehru Wangchu Culture Center, Yoga teacher, I'm KVSSN Murthy here. My true prayers to the Almighty to see all the best things to their majesties and the whole Bhutan. So coming to recitation, this recitation also from Hatha Yoga Pradeepika, like it has also direct connection between connection towards the Ayurveda. So maybe this kind of slokas or this kind of practices can be bridge between Ayurveda and yoga. It is saying that importance of the Vastik Kriya or Vastik Kriya. It is a kind of cleaning, rectus cleaning through a traditional way of doing. It is saying that Gulma plihodaram chapi vata pitta kapodbhavaha vasti karma prabhavena kshiyante sakalamayaha. Again I'm telling this. Gulma plihodaram chapi vata pitta kapodbhavaha vasti karma prabhavena kshiyante sakalamayaha. So this yogic enema, this what we call vasti in in the translation is called yogic enema. It is saying that if once we properly doing this vasti karma in that prescribed intervals, in that on the prescribed days, it is saying that first of all appetite will be will be very clear, and digestive fire will be more, and also it increases the appetite as well as it increases the digestive fire, and added in additional it can eradicate the excess doshas which can caused by the vata, pitta, kapha. These are totally destroyed. The excess doshas are totally destroyed. And the dhatu, the seven dhatus, what we mentioned that rasa, rakta, mamsa, asti, meja, sukra, these sapta dhatus and the senses and the mind are purified. And also enlarged glands and the spleen and all diseases what it can what it actually people suffering from the enlargement of glands and this kind of disorders, internal disorders totally nullified. So once we'll do this kind of practices in presence of these true masters, so one can be easily healthy. Basically it is a cleaning technique of the total anal region and rectal region and the large intestines through a yogic method, what we call vasti or yogic enema. So when you have direct interaction towards the two teachers in the traditional ashramas, you can learn this kind of techniques. So let's coming to the important points for the COVID protocols. So please remember this kind of line up, physical distancing, masks, and do not touch surfaces. And when you are touching the surfaces, immediately wash your hands, and do not count the currency or papers by touching your tongue. And hand hygiene and respiratory hygiene also very important, and throat gargling techniques also very important. So you can add ST Madhu powder, or you can add Triphala powder, or you can add plain hot water through to clean the throat. So coming to nostril cleaning, and you can add nostril oils Anutaila or Shadbindu Taila early morning once and evening once to level the mucus level disorders. And steam inhalation, as we mentioned, that ajwain seed oil and eucalyptus oil also, you can use these two oils or one oil. As well as adequate sleep required, 6 to 8 hours of sleep required, 1 more hour required if you are more active in front of the screens. And clove therapy, clove powder and honey therapy also very important when you have dry cough. It is also a preventive method to get rid of the dry coughs. And coming to vitamin A and vitamin D and zinc based diets also important to boost up the immunity. It will be available local, fresh, green leafy vegetables, fruits. And coming to next exercise is home Ayurvedic remedies or home kitchen remedies called turmeric, garlic, ginger, ajwain seeds or ajwain powder, and cumin and cinnamon powder, and jaljeera or rock salt. And coming to hing and pepper and jaggery, honey. These are very simple, available matter in everyone's home. Please try to use these practices in your diets. And coming to important health tonics called Kada Chai as well as Golden Milk. So these are two preparations to like it will give that kind of strength to fight against the many kind of allergies, many kind of fungal related issues and bacterial issues and viral issues. And another very important product, local products called Shilajit as well as Cordyceps, also very good to level the immunity. And Chyawanprash, it's an Ayurvedic product available in the market. This is also very good product. Like it is a composition of 40 to 45 different Ayurvedic herbs. So that's for blood purification, for constipation, for digestive fire, for general immunity, for many things. So according to your time sense, you can use these practices. And in this week we are seeing some of the remedies, home remedies for the gout related disorder. So gout, what we call Vata Rakta, it's a kind of disorder because of overeating of proteins or overeating of fats, as well as it's a condition, it's a kind of tough condition because of uric acid depositions. So whatever the conditions will be, once you notice this kind of situation, immediately stop eating non-vegetarians, immediately stop eating tough proteins and tough fats. So your diet must be equipped with more fruits or more vegetables or more soups or more porridges. Also, in Ayurveda we have very simple practices for internal application called Gugulu. So in this Gugulu we have many other variations called Amrutadi or Navaka or Kaisaka, Maharaja or Chandraprabha, this kind of variations. So according to the doctor advice, you can use this one, as well as we have very simple other practices in the Ayurveda for the internal applications called Samira Panigaras, Chopa Chinyadi Churna, Abraka Basma, as well as Rasa Sindura or Tala Sindura. And the Shilajit is a very important as a food product as well as a drug product also. So according to your uses, it will give proper way of remedy for these gout issues. And Siddha Haritala Basma, a kind of ash. And Bhallatakam as well as Sarivadhyasanam, especially Gokshura. And for external applications, we have few oils. One of them is Pinda Taila. This is for only external application. And another important medical therapy is called leech therapy. It's a kind of Hydinosa medicinalis, the kind of leech, medicated leeches, so which will suck the blood on that affected areas. But that should be like that treatment should be given in the presence of the doctors only. But today we have 4 important, very simple exercises, Ayurveda exercises, the kind of practices. It's a kind of mountain knot grass or mountain grass knots. It's a kind of grass. It is also called as a Pashana Bhedi. So you can use this total plant, so leaves and stack and roots also. It is available in kind of some areas which is more temperatures. So you can use them across the borders. This is also available in the markets or online market also. You can order this kind of product. This is only a food product. This is a grass you can use in the foods. This is good for the kidney stones as well as gallbladder stones, as well as it can be also used for gout related issues. Next one is very simple, coriander powder and cumin seed powder as well as sont, dry ginger powder. So mix with properly 20 grams, 20 grams, 20 grams and add in the buttermilk. So this is also good preparation. Morning ones, afternoon ones and evening ones. You can have this simple practice somewhat to cover or to level your uric acids. Next one is very important is Nyctanthus or night jasmine. Nyctanthus or night jasmine. It's a kind of flowers, fragrance flowers. Take that only leaves and try to add these leaves in the decoction form, and you can have this decoction morning once and evening once. This is also good to prevention part, as well as it is also good therapy to what we call to nullify or to thin the that uric acid levels. Very simple preparation. Next one is Gokshura, what we call Gokshura, hypophilia, hygrophilia auriculata. This is also very simple and very effective remedy. Take that seeds or take that fruit of that plant, or you can use that plant leaves. So try to mix with, grind as a powder and mix in the water and just decoction for morning once and evening once. So when you once wants to this nectanthus or gokshura, then do not add any milk items along with that. So these are itself a kind of strong doses, strong medicines. It will generally, it is a kind of food product, so it will give like a good answer for your uric acid troubles. So when we are meeting here at the same place, same time tomorrow, we will see some more good applications in Ayurveda for the same gout related issue. Let's join to the yoga class now. And sun salutation is our regular yoga practices. So based on your flexibility and based on your convenience, so you can choose sun salutations. Also you can choose only sun salutations in your yoga workouts. But please remember, when you have arthritis issues or gout issues, like do not overstrain the body, because we have many postures and many yogic exercises which is very good for the this kind of issues, but that is depending on the person to person how they are doing. So right, so this regular yoga generally what we are doing is here regular yoga class. Some postures may suitable to some persons and some postures may not suitable to that same persons, but according to your usage, according to your convenience, you can choose this one. But especially gout related issues, first instruction is do not overstrain the body, especially don't put over stress on the legs and toes. Pavana Mukta Asana Sreni or Sukshma Yoga, Vyayam or simple yoga exercises are very suitable to the people who are having this kind of arthritic related issues, especially gout related issues. But better to take advice from your physician as well as yoga teacher. So let's start our sun salutations with mantra chanting and sloka. When you have your traditional belief, so you can follow this chanting or you can simply take this yoga postures only. So coming to exercise number 1, take a long inhalation and exhalation, Pranamasana above to the head called Kailasha Mudra. Then very slowly bring your Pranamasana down at your chest level. Take a long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. And sloka and Bijakshara and mantra chanting. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham Tatvam Pushan Apavrunu Satya Dharmaya Druschaye. Om Hram Hrim Hrum Hraim Hraum Raha Mitra Ravisurya Bhanu Kagapushna Hiranya Garbha Maricha Aditya Savitra Arka Bhaskaraya Namaha. And stretch your arms forward. Lift your arms up. Hasta Uttanasana once pull up. And Hasta Uttanasana to slide back bend Ardha Chandra or Ardha Chakrasana. Then straight. When you have any health issues, don't go for forward bend, but remaining people can go for forward bend till your toes are touch your floor with your palms. And right leg must be your back leg called Asva Sanchalanasana or horse riding posture. And back leg straight and move your forward leg to back leg called Santulanasana or Dandasana. And push your body down called Ashtanga Namaskarasana, completely press the body. And push your body forward, lift the chin up called Bhujangasana or lifted head cobra posture. Throughout the practice, don't hang the body, keep push the body up, again the shoulders, lift your chin up. And back leg straight on the toes. And push your body inside called Parvatasana. And here right leg is your forward leg called Asva Sanchalanasana or horse riding posture. And right back leg straight on the toes and back leg knee up. And join your back leg to the forward leg called Pada Hastasana. And lift your arms and body up. Hasta Uttanasana. And once slightly put a back bend called Ardha Chandrasana or Ardha Chakrasana. Then keep your Pranamasana above to the head called Kailasha Mudra. Then very slowly Pranamasana down at your chest level called Anahata Pranamasana. And once lift your arms up and slowly wide your both the arms and very slowly bring them down towards your thighs. Then soon after that slightly wide your legs and lock your both the hands back. Then few seconds wait for your healthy breath. And then coming to the next exercises, standing we have 2 exercises, after that we have other exercises. So first coming to Trikonasana variations. So first one is Parivritta Trikonasana. Okay, and now here choose proper way of doing. So create medium distance or maximum distance according to your convenience. Then here try to keep aware of your lower back strength and the thighs strength. If you have any issues at the lower back level or hip level, immediately don't choose this kind of bend. So according to your flexibility you can choose. So right, open your two hands to the side stretch. Alright, first few seconds, keep your body horizontal to the floor. Then after that, move your body towards your right side. Put your left hand towards your alternate toes. Then lift your above hand up and few seconds stay here. So according to the convenience, stay now. Throughout this practice, you can feel that hamstring muscle stretch as well as abdomen squeezing and abdomen turning. Few seconds stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then very slowly come back. Keep your both the arms straight and very slowly lift your body. Then slowly keep your arms down and once relax your legs and body. Take a long slow inhalation and exhalation. So basically this kind of Trikonasanas definitely will give you good ability, good flexibility at your hip level. Also it is good postures to cut the over fat around the abdomen level and the hip level. Also it's good for the people who are having diabetes. And opposite side, same exercise, choose proper way of leg stretching, medium or maximum or any convenient distance. Then here open your two hands forward and slightly put your forward bend. Then after that turn your body opposite side by movement your right hand towards your left leg and lift your alternate hand up and few seconds to stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Then slowly straight relaxation enough. Then slowly keep your both the hands down and soon after that just go for your post stretches. Just fold your legs. Then after that when you want more exercise on the shoulder, you can just move your shoulders also for better relaxations. And a deep slow inhalation and exhalation. So related to the same Trikonasana we have another posture called Ujjita Parsva Konasana. Somewhat is a variation in the Konasana series or Trikonasana series. So wide your legs, then turn your right foot to the right side, bend your right leg, knee properly. Then here put your right hand down closer to the foot on the floor, that should be next to the foot. And above hand, you can straightly lift your above hand or put it on the head. Then see that above hand and below leg must come the same angle. Then few seconds stay now. It's a complete side bend also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10. Then very slowly move your arm and body up and very slowly wide your both the arms and give them down. Turn your right foot to the right side and slowly adjust your legs to keep your body stand straight. And once lock your hands back and feel that long deep inhalations and exhalations. And same exercise opposite side, so wide your both the legs. Then turn your alternate foot, left foot to the left side. So still you can create more distance between your both the legs. Then bend your left leg to the left side. Then give a maximum stretch. Then put your left hand down closer to the foot on the left side. And keep open your alternate arm up. So you can keep your above hand straight to the 90-degree angle or slightly tilt your hand on the head and few seconds stay now. But here do not give any chance for a forward bend. It must be like almost like a side bend, exact side bend, and few seconds stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Move your arm up. Then slowly keep your arm down and few seconds. Lift your body, then relax from the straight. Then few seconds take a long, slow and deep inhalations and exhalations. So here also, if you want, just fold your legs for better relaxation. In the post stretches variations, you can just keep folds. Then after that, sitting exercise. This is also a kind of back bending. Okay, take a long, slow inhalation and exhalation. Then soon after that, once check your breath and check your body in Sukha Dandasana or Dandasana. Alright, keep your body straight. So this time I'm doing that pigeon series, pigeon postures first variation. So according to your flexibility, according to your convenience, you can attempt this posture. So here, fold your right leg inside, push your left leg behind the body. So try to maintain that same angle from the forward leg knee to back leg. Right, when you are doing this kind of postures, more chances to get cramps around the lower back or hip region. So soon after that, immediately relax. Then after that, again resume the class. So keep your position slightly like a forward leg fold, back leg straight. Keep your body position slightly move forward for better relaxation in the beginning of the posture. After that, try to move your hands back. Then push your body up. Then try to keep your both the hands on the knee to lift your chin up to maintain a stretch from the lower back to head. So here you can lift your one hand up and few seconds stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then slowly straight come back, relaxations. Then after that same exercise opposite side, lift your alternate arm up and few seconds stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4 and again very slowly come back, relaxation. So initially no need to be more time in the postures. So here we are lifting two hands at a time. Lift your arms up and few seconds maintain a posture here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then again slowly straight. Keep your both the hands down. Then soon after that with the arm support very slowly move your both the legs forward. And with the arm support, fold your both the legs towards your right side, towards your left side. Just go for your stretches. As well as in between the postures, when you want kind of stretches in the post stretches variation, you can immediately choose the stretches. Okay. And take a long, slow inhalation and exhalation. So before adding the opposite side, so we are giving another way of resting to the spine. Keep your both the hands stretch back, lift your chin up. Lift your chest up, expand your chest region. Few seconds stay here for a healthy breath. Alright, now slowly come back. Here coming to Samasthiti, pre-position before adding opposite side. Then check your body line up and dress and mat and breath. Then here move your right leg completely back stretch and fold your alternate leg in front of the body. Right, see your forward leg to back leg must cover same angle. So here keep your body straight or slightly tilt the body forward. Right, from there very slowly move your palms back. Move your palms back to keep your body straight. At one point you can put your two hands on the forward folded leg thigh. So lift your chin up and stay here for a while. So in this same staying you can choose one hand up. And after a while keep your arm down. So you can lift your alternate arm up. So in the same way you can put your remaining arm on the floor for better stretching or on the thigh according to your convenience. Then slowly come back. And now here we are lifting two hands at a time. Lift your arms up and give a maximum back stretch and stay now. Alright, then slowly come back. Relaxations enough. Then put your both the hands down on the knee or on the floor. Then slowly with the arm support, turn your body and fold your both the knees. Then slowly get towards your right side ones and left side ones just to go for post stretches. Alright, come straight. So our next practices will be our pranayama practices. So while doing the postures, please remember, do not be very hurry as well as don't be very fast, but you can make a flow. Generally here in the yoga classes also, I'm not doing very fast, I'm not doing very slow, I'm just move from posture to posture in a flow way. So that actually participants will get more interest while doing this kind of simple exercises. Initial stages, no need to be stay in, more time in the posture, but when you more into the yoga practices according to your timing, according to your repetition methods, you can be like more time in the postures. Okay, and now choose any convenient posture on any convenient surface. So today also I would like to choose lotus posture. So long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. So before adding pranayams to our practices, it's also advised to drink a sip of water, small amount of water, especially for the mantra chanting, it's advisable. And coming to sloka and mantra chanting of pranayam. So take a long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Om Kesavaya Swaha, Om Madhavaya Swaha, Om Narayanaya Swaha, Om Adya Samadhi Tatpala Siddhyardham Asana Purvakan Pranayamadin Karishye. Om Sand Sand Sandhi. Then keep your both the hands down. Take a long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. So today also we have that same two practices. One is Ujjayi Pranayam, the second one is Bhastrika Pranayam. But the sloka what we just chanted now, it is saying that yoga practices, meditation practices, or mudras or bandhas, any kind of applications through yoga or this spiritual education. It's not only meant for the physical health or material wealth, so it has a different other segment called spiritual upliftment. So to reach that spiritual upliftment, one should be cautiously aware of the physical health and mental health as well as social health. To give line up to these three variations, physical health, mental health and social health, yoga exercises are more suitable. So because internal cleaning inside, as well as diets also inside, as well as meditations inside, and dharma and some of the religious practices also inside. So it will be a proper practices towards the spiritual upliftment. So coming to actually next segment called Ujjayi Pranayam as well as Bhastrika Pranayam, it is saying that Slashma Dosha Haram Kante Dehanala Vivardhanam Nadi Jalodhara Dhatu Gata Dosha Vinasanam. The seven important running factors inside called Sapta Dhatu, called Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asta, Asti, Majja, Sukra. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Medha, after that Asti, Majja, Sukra. These seven are important dhatus inside. So in other words, it is saying that body fluids, blood and muscular tissues and adipose tissues and bone tissues, as well as bone marrow related to nerves also, and coming to reproductive tissues as well as fluids. So these important seven segments very important to run the physical body. So especially through this Ujjayi Pranayam, one can be energetic by maintaining good balance in between these Sapta Dhatu. Also it is giving good strength to the pranic pravaha channels also. What we call the important pranic pravaha channels called Ida, Pingala, Sushumna, Hastijihva, Pusha, Yasashwini, Alambusha and Kuha and Shakini, as well as Gandhari and Vajra. These are some of the pranic pravaha channels. So because of this Ujjayi Pranayam, these channels also getting awakening or getting activated. So next exercise what we call Vata Pitta Slashma Haram Sariragni Vivardhanam Kundali Bodhakam Kshupram Pavanam Sukadam Hitam Brahma Nadi Mukhe Samasta Kapadyargala Nasanam. These are the texts given in the Hatyo Pradipika for the Bhastrika Pranayam as well as Ujjayi Pranayam. Bhastrika Pranayam nickname is a Sariragni Vivardhana, metabolic activity as well as immunity activity will be a total boosted up because of the simple exercises. So coming to the practices are very simple. First I am doing this Ujjayi Pranayam. It is actually that minute sound cannot be heard by the participants because this sound cannot reach to the video, but it is only kind of you yourself can hear when you are doing this exercise Ujjayi Pranayam. While taking inhalation, slightly contract the throat wall so that your inhalation your inhaled air should hit the walls of the throat and it should create a snoring sound, baby snoring sound. While exhalation, nasal exhalations, like a regular slow exhalation. So it is importance of the inhalation only, but exhalation will be a normal. So keep your position straight. So for your awareness, you can choose any finger to press the throat walls to press inside to create that that sensitive voice. And coming to practices, one, then slowly complete regular breathe out, and second count again inhalation, then slowly completely breathe out, third count inhalation, then again slowly breathe out, fourth count inhalation by contracting the throat walls, and slowly come back, and last variation inhalation, again slowly completely breathe out. Alright, now next one is Bhastrika Pranayam. It's a completely opposite side of the Kapalabhati. Bhastrika is a voluntary sharp inhalation, slow exhalation. So prepare yourself to do these exercises, but when you have blood issues, blood pressure issues, or like heart ailments or any throwing sensations inside the head, or especially ear problems, better to don't choose this kind of practices or do it very slow. We are also doing actually in a medium pace practices. Keep your body straight. And now coming to Bhastrika exercise, inhalation, then very slowly come back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just keep a small break for long inhalation, exhalation. Then after that again we are choosing the 10 strokes. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then again slow inhalation and exhalation. Third, last spell again doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again slowly leave the practices. So here immediately after your final practices called pranayam, so you can choose dharana practices or you can choose concentration practices in the pattern of Strataka Abhyasas. So once you finish that practices, also you can choose still more time to give relaxation through the yoga nidra or through power nap to the body and the mind. So once you will finish your total yoga workout including power nap and including yoga nidra, you can create like 15 minutes time to take bath and further 5 minutes time to take breakfast. But that time depend on the how you are doing and what are the practices you are doing. Afternoon when you have free time, or please choose free time to do the power nap or yoga nidra before your lunch hour, so to make yourself regenerate or so somewhat to make yourself more focused towards the further works. And in the evening, towards the evening, when once you will be totally free and before your dinner time, when you have free time, please give that 15 minutes time to half an hour time to do self yoga exercises, cover back bending exercises and cover inverted postures as well as cover breathing exercises also. And tomorrow morning when you are meeting here at the same time, same place, we will see still more good applications for the about management and good practices in the yoga also. Thanking you all to giving me this wonderful opportunity, and stay away from the bad habits and do yoga also. Thanking you all.